So you're thinking about moving to Redmond, Washington, and you're trying to find out as much as you can about living in the city of Redmond. Like, is there more to it than Microsoft and Marymoor Park? Well, that's exactly what we're going to cover in today's video. We're going to jump in my computer. I'm going to open up Google Maps and take you on a complete tour of the whole city of Redmond. We're going to cover commute times to the airport, commute times to downtown Seattle. I'm going to show you all the hot spots that you need to know about, all the best restaurants, outdoor activities to do in Redmond, and there's lots of them. So if that sounds interesting to you, let's jump into it right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything about living, eating, playing in the city of Seattle, Washington, and surrounding suburbs like Redmond, then subscribe down below and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market here in Seattle. My name is David Sappenfield. The team and I, we get calls, texts, and emails every day from people just like you looking for help to make their move here to Seattle. So whether you're moving next week or next year, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom call. All of our contact information is in the description down below. Happy to help you make that smooth move to Seattle. So, as I mentioned, we are covering Redmond today. We're gonna jump in the Google map, pull it up, and show you everything you need to know about Redmond. All right, let's get going here. So we have Google Maps pulled up. You'll see Redmond with the red and white dots bordering the proximity to downtown Seattle, and you'll see Seattle over here. You're about 20 to 25 minutes with no traffic to light traffic getting across the bridges. You're probably looking about an hour or so during heavy peak traffic times. But there's a couple different ways you can get into and out of Seattle back to Redmond. And let me just pull this up here and downtown Seattle. Here we go. So a couple different options. You can, 520 runs right into Redmond here. And you can take 520 bridge all the way across into downtown Seattle. It's usually a little bit shorter commute time going 520. But one thing you need to remember is that 520 is a toll bridge. You don't pay a toll until you hit about this section right here when you're going over the bridge. So everything back this way, no tolls. It's just once you hit that bridge and go beyond, on either side, that's where the tolls start. So again, if you saw my other video about Seattle, tolls range anywhere from like $1.25 to $4.30 in commute, like peak rush hour commute times. So that's usually a quicker way, but more expensive. And usually what people will do is they'll just go 520, take that to 405, and then shoot across the I-90 bridge. And that's a free bridge, no tolls, usually a little bit longer during traffic times, especially just because that's the way most people are gonna travel. But you'll notice that Redmond is very conveniently located, not far from downtown Seattle, downtown Bellevue. You're only, 10, 15 minutes away. So lots of downtown life, minutes away from Redmond. And speaking of commute times, the new light rail system, the expansion that they're doing all over the Puget Sound, is really going to help out with commute times all around the area, and especially in Redmond. So these light rail stations are scheduled to be complete by 2025 at the latest, I think, is the projected opening dates for those light rail stations. But I'll show you kind of where it's coming from. You'll see down here, this is the I-90 bridge. So it's coming across the I-90 bridge, and then it shoots up into downtown Bellevue right here. And then it cuts over to 520 and connects up right here. Then it follows 520 all the way down and into downtown Redmond. And the city of Redmond is going to have 4 stops along the way. When we zoom in, I'll point those out and show you in a little more detail where those stops are going to be. But really convenient, nice and spread out. You can pretty much get to light rail, very easily anywhere in Redmond, and you'll be downtown Seattle in no time, or the airport, or wherever you're trying to take light rail. Even if you're just taking it into Bellevue, it's going to be really easy and convenient to travel that way. Okay, let's talk about airports. So if you travel a lot and need to get to airports, you have a couple different choices from Redmond on which airport to fly out of. And which one you choose is really going to depend on where you're going. So SeaTac Airport is our international airport that pretty much flies everywhere. If you want to go anywhere in the world, you're going to be flying out of SeaTac, and that's not too far of a drive. I don't know, probably 35-minute drive. There we go. So right now, not too bad. You're showing 28 minutes, but you're just going to head down. You're going to jump on 520, take that all the way to 405, drop it down all the way into Tukwila, and then you're right there at the airport. So there's no traffic right now at this point in time, but during traffic, you probably want to at least give yourself an hour of commute time to get from Redmond to SeaTac Airport. Now, if you are flying out of flying to like a West Coast destination, there is an option to fly out of Payne Field, and that's up in Everett. And it's limited destinations. So it's an Alaskan Airlines terminal, and it flies to, I believe, 8 destinations, and they're primarily West Coast. So it's like San Francisco, a couple Southern California, Arizona. So West Coast, just limited destinations on that. But if you travel to those cities a lot, it might be easier travel to fly out of Payne Field, just because it's a smaller, less busy and chaotic airport. Instead of being to the airport like 2 hours before your flight, usually you can do that like an hour before the flight, just because it's such a small terminal. Only Alaska Airlines is operating out of it. But you do fly on smaller planes, so be aware of that. You're not going to be flying on those bigger jets. It's usually the smaller planes, sometimes even like the propeller plane, the prop planes. But anyways, keep that in mind. Might be an easier way to travel if you're traveling to those West Coast cities on a regular basis. Okay, so probably what Redmond is most known for is being the home to Microsoft, okay? Everybody's heard of Microsoft. Everybody loves Microsoft. They are located right here. This is their main campus. They have offices all over the place, but this is where a majority of workers commute to, is this main campus here. So you have Microsoft, and then you also have Nintendo, which employs a lot of people as well. And they're not very far from each other at all. Both of them right here in Redmond, very close to 520. That light rail system is going to be incredible for getting people in and out of that area. So that's where a majority of the people that live in and work in the tech industry, that's usually where they're commuting to if they're not working from home. And speaking of homes, there is a great community in Redmond that I want to make sure that you are aware of, and a little bit lower price point to get into. Redmond does have that high cost of living, but this community is a really good way to get your foot in the door. A lot of first-time home buyers, investors who are looking to invest somewhere. This is a great community. It's called 6001. It's right here in Bellevue off of 140th. Let's kind of circle it right here. But it's a huge resort-style community, fully gated. It has clubhouse, restaurant. It has, I think, 3 or 4 pools, walking trails, like miles and miles of walking trails, but just a really cool community. And you're very centrally located, not far from Microsoft, not far from Nintendo, not far from downtown Redmond over here. But just a great location, and very popular, like I was saying, for first-time home buyers or investors, since they don't have any kind of rental restrictions in that community. It's really, really close to a park called Grass Lawn, which is one of the nicer parks in the area, really conveniently located right there. But that 6001 community, you pretty much have everything you need within the walls of that community, except for a store, of course. But like I said, restaurants and pools, clubhouse, it's really, really a cool spot to check out. Homes in that 6001 community range from, like, currently right now on the market, there's $415,000 for like a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, and then you can pay as much as $630,000 currently for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo. Once in a while, you'll see 3-bedroom condos come available in that community, but for the most part, a lot of the ones that are readily available are the 1 and 2 bedrooms. So young professionals, small families, single people, great option for them at the 6001 community. Okay, so let's move into some of the outdoor activities that you can enjoy while living in Redmond or visiting Redmond. A couple of parks that I want to point out to you, besides that Grass Lawn Park, which is great, but a couple other popular parks is Idlewood Park, and this is just on the west shore of Lake Sammamish. Really nice. It's a smaller park in comparison to Marymoor to the north, but great spot for swimming, picnicking, stuff like that. But if you head a little bit further north, you'll see this big green section here is Marymoor Park. And so this is like 640 acres of park space. It's not owned by the city of Redmond, it's owned by the county, but really cool spot. I'll kind of zoom in a little bit and show you everything that Marymoor Park has to offer, and there is a lot. So like I was saying, this whole green area is Marymoor Park, and just start down here in the lower left corner, but there's a 40-acre off-leash dog park that is really popular. Pets can just go and run. They can go down by the water here. Be careful because they can get muddy and pretty dirty there. But the nice thing about it is there's actually on site, there's a wash station for your dog. So after they go and get all messed up down by the river and muddy and just gross, you can take them to this self-service dog wash area, get them all cleaned up and ready to go. I think it's like $12 for, 8-minute shower or something like that. It's really reasonably priced for dog grooming. But yeah, that's really popular amongst dog owners. There's a community garden section you can rent here. I believe it's about $100 a year. If you're into gardening, you can rent like a 10-foot by 40-foot plot of gardening area where you can plant whatever you want in there, and you just have to maintain it. But yeah, I think it's like $100 a year to do that. So if you're into gardening and don't have room at your place, this might be the spot for you here to do that. One of my favorite things about Marymoor is the concerts that they have there. Lots of, I won't say huge groups, not like big name groups, but lots of really good concerts. They usually put out a really good selection throughout the year. That's in the summer months, and it's a big stage that's set up. It's really cool. Everything's general admission, so GA for everything. You pay, you get in, and it has a big stage set up. And then around the perimeter of the kind of viewing area of the stage, there's like a big grass berm that's kind of surrounding, is like kind of a natural like theater seating to see the show. But beyond the grass berm there, they have usually beer and wine gardens. And in the back corner of the concert area, there's space for usually, I don't know, there's probably about 8 to 10 different food trucks that come in, and it's a regular rotation of really good food trucks. So just a great way to spend summer or spring night in Redmond is going and checking out a concert there. one of my favorite spots to see a concert, and just the surrounding scenery of it. You're just kind of surrounded by these huge pine trees. Just really a great spot for a concert. And the acoustics are great too. So moving a little bit north here, there's Cleese Mansion. This is a rental facility for weddings, banquets, or any kind of party that you're looking to throw. It's a mansion. It's a huge house, but available for rentals for stuff like that. And then as we go a little bit north here, and this is kind of the main road getting into the park here, Marymoor Way. You just come off of 520, come down, and then you run right into it, and you can get into the park that way. And then you have baseball fields, softball fields up here, kind of in the northwest corner of the park. See, they have tennis courts, lots of parking lots, of course. Kids playgrounds. I know there's several playgrounds throughout the park. More soccer fields, more baseball fields, more parking. And yeah, 4 different soccer fields. Is it soccer field or soccer pitch? I don't know. I never know what to say. It says soccer field, so I'm going with soccer field. There's actually a cricket club as well, right here that is pretty popular in pretty much year round. Got another parking lot here. This is pretty cool, actually. The Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome. A velodrome, if you don't know, is like embanked track that you'll see cyclist races on. I know you'll see them in like the Olympic events and stuff, but this is the only velodrome in the state of Washington. So if you're a cyclist, and Redmond's like known for the city of bicycles, this is a really cool spot for you to come and just kind of race around that track and see how fast you are. There's also a climbing wall, which is outdoor climbing wall. That's really popular. And then we have some more baseball fields down here. More baseball fields down here. And then in this section, back in this big open green section, this is like a remote control aircraft field that you can fly. If you're into that sort of thing, remote controlled airplanes, helicopters, stuff like that, you can fly those all right here. There's actually another location in Redmond where you can fly those. If we head up north a little bit, you'll see this green section. It's basically considered unincorporated Redmond. You'll see just outside of the Redmond city limits, but it's still considered Redmond. But this is 60 acre park. During the fall, summer and fall, it's mostly used for soccer fields. If you have little ones, you're going to be spending a lot of time there. Little ones that play soccer, at least. Every weekend, just full of games. It's just 60 acres of soccer fields, basically. But during the winter months, you can fly remote control planes, helicopters, stuff like that there. And that just about covers Marymoor. Lots to do. Again, I was saying it was 640 acres. I believe that's what it was. Yeah, 640 acres of just outdoor area to play and have fun. Okay, some other outdoor activities that you can enjoy in Redmond is golf. We have a couple different options in Redmond, and the biggest of them being Willows Run Golf Complex, and that is there's two 18-hole golf courses, as well as like a short par 3 9-hole course. There's a driving range. There's even a family putting green type, putt golf is the word I'm looking for. So really cool facility. There's a restaurant there. Yeah, great place to go. The courses are pretty tough, I will warn you, but a great spot. Another option is going to be the golf club at Redmond Ridge, and you'll see it's outside of this Redmond city limits, but it's basically unincorporated King County. It's still considered Redmond, but it's unincorporated Redmond. So you have that, it's a little bit further out there. But yeah, Golf Club at Redmond Ridge is another nice one. And then we also have, this is technically considered Bellevue, but we have the Bellevue Golf Course right here. It's just a 18 hole with a driving range, fun place to play. But as far as other outdoor activities, I mentioned that 60-acre park, kids soccer on the weekends. That is usually jam-packed, full of people, full of cars. So it gets a little chaotic because there's two different fields, north and a south field, that finding where your game is at is usually the toughest part. If you don't know exactly which field you're playing on, trying to find it out of the numerous playing fields can be challenging. So just a heads up on that. Vertical World, this isn't outdoors, but it's an indoor climbing facility. So if you're into rock climbing, this is a great place to do that year round. And I think there's 3 locations throughout the Seattle area that Vertical World has, but this is a great rock climbing gym to go enjoy. And then we also have Arena Sports somewhere. Not too far. Here it is, Arena Sports. So this is indoor soccer facility. A lot of indoor games in there, but just somewhere, if you're in the soccer world, you're probably going to be spending some time at Arena Sports here in Redmond. All right, let's talk about some of my favorite restaurants, really popular restaurants in the Redmond area. This first one, it's not a restaurant, but it's my second favorite donut shop in the whole area. This is Sunrise Donuts and Espresso. If you saw the Seattle vlog video, I showed you my #1 spot in all of the world, actually, is so go and check that out if you want to see the #1 donut spot. But this is a really good spot. Not a bad #2 choice is Sunrise Donuts. It's just at the base of the hill where 520 comes down. And then this right here is Redmond Town Center. If you saw our Redmond vlog tour video, this is where we started, right here in Redmond Town Center. So go check that out. It's a little bit more up close and personal in Redmond Town Center, show you some of the shops, restaurants, stuff like that, but lots of stuff to do in there. We have World Market. This is just a little store. It's like a furniture store. You can find stuff like from all around the world, but great for decorating the house, and really cool little store in the area. There's several in the area, but there's one of them right there. We have, if you like dumplings, Doughzone is a really good option. I would say in the Seattle area, if you do like dumplings, the two best choices for you are going to be Din Tai Fung, which is really good. There's a location in Bellevue, there's a location in U District, or Doughzone, which there's multiple locations of that. Din Tai Fung is probably my #1 favorite, but Doughzone's probably a close second. So if you do like dumplings and that variety of food, the Asian cuisine, check that out. This is a Five Guys Burgers and Fries, just a little burger and fry chain. Really good, several locations throughout the area, but really they do make a pretty good burger for quick on the go, quick run and grab it and go type stuff. Here is Redmond, the kind of where the light rail station is, will end. It will be right here at the Redmond Light Rail, right downtown, just outside of Redmond Town Center. We actually have another location here, just right north of, northeast of Marymoor Park. And so it'll come, wrap around 520, it'll go all the way here, and then it's gonna wrap up to there. So that's where light rail will end. But you can jump on a light rail and head all the way into Bellevue, Seattle, SeaTac, Federal Way, even up to Linwood eventually. If you see the Seattle vlog tour, or actually the Seattle pros and cons video, I think we covered the light rail in that video. So that goes a little bit more in depth on that. In Redmond Town Center, there is a movie theater called iPic, which is a really cool spot to go see a movie if you like seeing movies. They serve a full menu of food, drinks, beer, mixed drinks. They bring it right to your table where you're sitting watching the movie. But just a really great spot to see a movie, get some good food, have some drinks, just hang out and relax. But yeah, one of my favorite places to go see a movie in the whole area. Then we have Tipsy Cow here. Tipsy Cow is a little burger joint. They have a couple locations. I know there's one in Woodinville, but hands down, probably my favorite burger in the whole entire Seattle area. They just the burgers are top notch and the French fries are incredible. And you have a good French fry if you can eat them even when they're cold and they're still really good. This is the place. Fantastic fries, fantastic burgers, all around great spot. So check out Tipsy Cow. Highly recommend that. And then we have a couple Mexican restaurants right here. Now, which one I would choose would depend on what kind of mood I'm in. The El Toreador, that one just has all around great high quality food. The one across the street here at Matador is great for happy hour, hanging out with friends, going and meeting up after work. So just kind of depends. If I'm looking for a good, just standout quality Mexican dinner, I'm going to the El Toreador. But like I said, happy hour, stuff like that, Matador all the way. But either one, you're going to be doing just fine because they're both really good. If we head a little bit north, there's Spark Pizza here. This is a great little pizza spot, wood-fired pizza. They do not have any indoor seating. Everything is patio seating outside. It's covered and it's heated, but just a heads up, they do not have any indoor, but always good to just take it to go, or eat there on the patio if it's not too cold out. But like I said, it's heated, but you're still outside. So Uba Tuba, this is a great little burrito spot. Just a quick grab and go burrito joint, really good. There used to be one in Bellevue that I used to go to a lot, but they are in Redmond here, just outside of the town center. But really great spot for a burrito. And then just a little bit further north of that, we have the Bella Bottega Shopping Center. We have another movie theater here. They don't serve you food at your seat like the iPic in the town center does, but great little option for just going and checking out a quick movie. There's a QFC over here, bunch of different stores, shops, Mod Pizza, stuff like that. But yeah, just a lot more shops to choose from right there in that Bella Bottega center. Okay, that wraps up our map tour of Redmond. Is there one of your favorite spots that we didn't talk about in the video that you want to share with us? If so, feel free to drop it in the comments down below. We'd love to hear from you. And as I was saying, Redmond, just overall really great place to live. Lots of outdoor activities, lots of restaurants, just plenty to do in the area, and employment opportunity. Of course, you have these giant employers that high paying jobs, just a great place to live and work. And remember, whether you're moving next week or next year, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom call. All of the contact info is in the description down below. We're happy to help you make that smooth move to Seattle. So until next time, I hope to see you around town. Take care. Bye.